Here for another great Wisdom and Knowledge 5 podcast episode. And this week I'm going to discuss the Israel war, a war on humanity. So many people are against this war going on. So many people are sick of Israel playing the victim, and this is waking up the masses like something I've never seen before. And this isn't against Jewish people. This is against Israel, what they're doing. And, basically it is a war on humanity. When you got administrations, you got, laws being put into place that says you can't speak out against them. And think about that. When when there's somebody that you can't speak out against, then you know who's trying to control and rule over you. Well, the world doesn't work that way. People are waking up left and right and saying, look, controllers are not controlling us. We are humanity, and they're standing together with humanity against war, standing for peace, standing for love, standing for joy, you know, and it goes way deep down in the rabbit hole. And when you look at things like sports figures, you know, there's people, celebrities, there's people who are speaking out, and there's people who show where their allegiance is. And this is where humanity steps in and says, hey, look, I'm going to support people who are standing up. I'm going to stand against, unfollow, and have no interest in those that aren't standing up. It shows who's being controlled, whose allegiance is where. And what's so great is we as humanity have a voice. We get it. We understand it. And it really is complete, flat out war against humanity. People don't want wars. People don't want to be sucked into this, that, and the other. People don't want, skyrocketing gas prices, this, that, and the other. No, they don't want that, period. And the ones that do, they are indoctrinated, they're brainwashed, whether it be, MAGA, you name it, whoever it may be. Why on earth would you support a political entity when they're bought and sold, no matter who it is? They're bought and sold by corporations, by APAC, by, Zionists, you name it. They are completely bought and sold. They are not for humanity. They are against humanity. Anyways, I want to share some things and break everything down. And, we must continue to speak out. We must continue to stand up for humanity. And that's why I do these podcast episodes. That's why I interview people from all over the world. And that's why I, take a stand, and I will not be silent because, they cannot silence us. We are humanity, and we are the masses. So let's get into it. I want to share this right here.
But if we didn't do what we're doing right now, you would have had a nuclear war and they would have...
They don't have nukes. Nukes are fake. I've covered that many times. There's no nukes. If nukes were real, they would have used them a long time ago. All they did was they firebomb places like they're doing to Iran right now, and they just dropped like 1,000 bombs on their place, just like they did in Japan.
On the night of the 9th of March, the Americans dropped 1,700 tons of incendiary bombs. Some 16 square miles of Tokyo were destroyed.
And they just level it. Kind of like Gaza. That's kind of what they did too. There's no nukes. What they do is they take 1 million pounds of TNT, they put it out into the middle of the desert, they explode it, they show a mushroom cloud, because it's an explosion, and then they say that was the nuke. And they say, put on your glasses, just like those DuPont Eclipse glasses. Put on your glasses, because that explosion's going to be pretty big. That's it. There's no nukes. I hate to say it. There's no nukes. And all they do is they pull that whole thing. Every time they want to invade a country, they're like, we're going to nuke them. With what? With your invisible nukes. Otherwise, they would have did it already. Think about it. It would have been used. If you could just level an entire country in 1 second, they would do it.
He's right on point there, Matt, is of cultivate, elevate. When you constantly hear this threat of nukes, how do we know that nukes exist? We don't. And he's provided pretty clear evidence that they don't exist. So, you have to really comprehend, you have to have discernment, you have to, be able to see through the lies, and you have to say, hey, look, I'm not going to support this. I'm not going to, buy in to this propaganda at all because, it is all about the destruction of humanity. And this war is unnecessary. This war is, uh, not something that we support. There's people out there that are supporting this, but they are completely brainwashed. They are under mind control to support this because this is not necessary. This is not for the greater good of humanity. This is for the greater good of the evil, sick pricks out there, the rulers, the ones trying to rule over humanity and destroy humanity. So we must speak out and stand up. 100% we must do that. Look at this post right here from actor Brad Garrett. He gets it. He totally understands it. And he's one of those ones who, has a name, is an actor, and is speaking out right here. No one wants to fight for Israel. Exactly. Thank you, Brad. And then he says right here, here's an idea. What if the military just didn't show up for another disastrous, unnecessary war that just enables two war criminals, Netanyahu, aka Milikowski, because that's his real name, and Trump? Why make the ultimate sacrifice for these two bums? You're better than that. We're better than that. When these two felons send their kids, then maybe think about it, but they're not even sending their kids, and they never would send their kids to go and fight this. It is so, you know, disgusting the amount of brainwashing in these people to support. And he's right on point. These people don't want to go over there to fight this. They don't, and the leaders, the so-called, uh leaders of the countries, they're not sending their kids over there. No, not at all. You know, it is so, you know, uh alarming that there's actually people out there who support this type and yeah, and that these people are the chosen people. Please, that couldn't be further from the truth. And this Israel was this nation state of Israel was invented by the UN. It was invented by them. Now, I'm not here to argue whether they have a right to exist. That's not, I'm here to stand for humanity. I'm here to stand up and speak out, speak truth, as to what's going on in the world and to promote peace, to promote, human kindness, because that's what it takes, standing up for all of humanity against the evils of the world, the evil rulers, the evil, anyone who is, pushing this upon humanity. We don't want it. We don't. We hands down do not want this. All right, check this out right here.
So we've now moved from not just allies, but partners in this cabal.
To our steadfast partner, Israel, your mission is being executed with unmatched skill and iron determination. Fighting shoulder to shoulder with such a capable ally is a true force multiplier and a breath of fresh air. We salute your courage and your contribution.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States of Israel.
I mean, that's not what we feel. We do not support an alliance with Israel. We support peace. We support human rights. We support, humanity. Why is there not like a cause or, movement stand up for humanity? It's as simple as that. They got these, they shove things down your throat, stand up to Jewish hate, this, that, and the other. What about stand up to humanity? That would be a great cause, and people across the world could get on board with that. That's for sure. It is just, you know, these are times where we cannot be silent. We got to be continuing to speak out. And I want to share another thing right here because this is very uh, interesting.
Robert Kraft turned the Patriots Stadium into a spy center for Israel. His Blue Square crew watches and stores every post online against Jews, and they claim it is for safety, and this is literally going on at their stadium. Let's watch the video.
Inside the Patriots Stadium, a command center of stats tracking hate speech online. It shows where it's coming from, the time of day, and how it's trending, especially among younger people.
We saw that not only is hate and anti-Semitism growing across the country, it's disproportionately growing on college campuses and in high schools.
Which is part of the reason Kraft's...
So yeah, that shit's literally, they didn't go too much into it, but they just showed the little sneak peek of them working inside the stadium. I mean, I don't think that's what the stadium was meant to be built for. Let's not use it as a Mossad base in America, please. Or whatever it is, a spy base. So yeah, that was just a sneak peek of that.
Yeah, they always want to play, victims. And this is about humanity. Humanity's standing up. They're standing up for peace. They're standing up for human rights. You name it. This is not a hatred, Jewish hate. This is against Israel wiping out humanity like they did with Gaza, them thinking that they can rule over everyone. How is it that these Zionists own all the corporations, own this, that, and the other, the medical industry, left and right, no, and we do not support this. Let's rule over humanity. Let's own it. No, we support humanity. That's what it takes. And that's what we're doing. And I just want to share this last thing because, so many people, it's important to, stand up. And standing up means no matter how much you like someone or, like a figure such as this right here. Let me share this. So the other day, the MLS team, Inter Miami, went to the White House to go and visit with Trump, and I've never seen a Major League US soccer team go and visit the White House. Anyways, that's beside the point. Lionel Messi was right there next to Trump. And this is a really good post. Don't be surprised on why Lionel Messi is happily standing next to a pedophile and a war criminal. This is what this guy stands for. So me personally, I will not, support people like this. I get it. The guy's got talent. He may, be, the ones controlling him are probably saying, hey, you have to go to this or whatever it may be, but you can take a stand. You can stand for humanity and give them a big, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. And you chose to go. So because you chose to go, you show where your allegiance is. And much love to all these people out here like done with this guy. Yes, Thank you. And I get it. This guy's got tons of talent as a soccer player, but so what? So what? Showed where your allegiance is. Anyways, I've broken down and, explained what we need to do. We need to stand up for humanity, support the ones who are, on the side of humanity and take a stand against this. So much love to everyone who gets what's going on in the world, who is, taking a deeper dive, questioning things to, realize that time is of the essence. We have to be speaking out. We have to be a light in this world, full of darkness. So continue to speak out, continue to be a light, like and subscribe these podcast episodes. And looking forward to, having more great guests on and doing more of these episodes myself. Much love from Wisdom and Knowledge 5. I am Mark. Peace.